Aloy Jimako is doing what he has to do as a lawyer.
Okay.
But Aloy Jimako cannot use the judiciary to release Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay.
Nnamdi Kanu cannot be released by the judiciary because right now there is a complete state capture.
Okay.
In Nigeria right now.
Okay. By this administration, right?
Yeah. Tinubu has successfully captured the country. So the judiciary has been completely captured. He's using Wiki to effectively do that as well. You can see he increased the judicial, increased the salary by about 300%.
Okay.
It's bribery. It's bribery. He bribed them. It looks like he's doing good for them. It's actually bribe. They increased the salary about 300%. Wiki is building houses for the churches. And he's bribing the ones he will bribe. So they have captured the judiciary. You can see the Senate. Ababio is just in his pockets. You understand?
That is for sure.
The house is in his pockets. He has captured the house. The military institutions, he has used money and everything to capture those ones. So there's a complete state capture. So in essence, it's actually what he wants that will happen. The reason I said I came with that state capture is to show you that what is going on in the courts now. If Tinubu does not, the executive, let me use the executive, if the executive does not sanction it, it is the instruction of the executive that is going to happen in the courts. It does not matter what the lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu proves, because there's a state capture right now. Now, having said that, it is obvious that Nnamdi Kanu have refused to agree with their condition, which is the condition of the Southeast politicians headed by Abaribi pretending to be on the side of Nnamdi Kanu. That's exactly what is going on.
Okay.
They thought they will be able to do the negotiation, decide what they want to decide, because they know that Nnamdi Kanu has suffered in the jail, and they must have been going there to be lying to him that nobody is talking about him again. You understand? Let me tell you what's going on. We look at this situation critically. I'm going to be strategic. I'm not going to call names, but everybody listening will use their. I don't want to turn your distance space, your studio for people to be calling and be doing counter this, but I'm going to say some things. I will not call names.
Okay.
People who listen will understand.
Okay.
Now, the intention was capture him, right? Before they went to capture Nnamdi Kanu, they made sure that people that surrounded him, his key commanders, when I mean commanders, I'm not talking about fighters, I'm talking about people that are loyal to him.
Okay.
They used money to capture all of those ones. They infiltrated them. The representative in the courts, they infiltrated him. So they did all of that before they even went to capture him. Now the intention is when they capture him and put him in the detention, they will now be coming with video clips, right? When Abiasi governor went long time ago, he will come with video clips to show them what is happening what is happening with the IPOB that he found. You understand? You say you think people are fighting for you? Look at what your number one person is saying. None of them is fighting. Nobody's on the street. No protest in any way. They have abandoned you. You understand? So it's a mind game. So by the time they keep him there for this long, and he starts seeing all his commanders, people that he thinks that will speak for him, people that he thinks that will fight, he starts seeing all of them failing, right? He will be forced to give up Biafra and agree to their terms. That was the intention. They almost succeeded before somebody stood up and took up the leadership. And the person started doing what Nnamdi Kanu was doing. Do not be deceived with all this idiot. Say, if somebody is like people deceived, don't be deceived. Everything that this guy is doing was exactly was the same thing Nnamdi Kanu was doing before he was kidnapped.
Now, I want to ask you a question. You made mention of agreeable terms between the federal government and Nnamdi Kanu. There was I will call it a rumor. I will not call it a news. There was a rumor that I received some time ago that the condition they asked him to agree for them to release him unconditionally is for him to drop the agitation of Biafra. And they were telling him that people who were agitating before you, this is the condition they met, and we leave them. If you can agree with this condition, we leave them.
It's not a rumor. You see, Voice of the People, right? That radio station.
Yeah.
That radio station made that broadcast, and they cited a source who spoke to Abaribe, because you know Abaribe, before Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, Abaribe to a certain point, Nnamdi Kanu trusted Abaribe to a certain point. Not
he's the one that shot him. He was the one that shot him.
Exactly. So Abaribe is using that leverage. You understand? He is not from Biafra, so he's using that leverage. So the source said they got that information from Abaribe. In fact, it is not now. When they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, the information came out. That was in 2021. That the intention was this. The intention was when they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, they will destroy. They already succeeded in destroying the leadership, the people that he put in place. You understand? They already captured those ones before they even kidnapped him. So the intention is, by the time they captured him, they wanted to turn IPOB to a political party, right? Okay. Then they will disband ESN, which is the armed wing. Okay. Right? That was the intention. Now, they succeeded to a certain point, because when they kidnapped him, they succeeded already. The leadership were compromised, obviously. And nobody who thinks, who has brain, that will understand that the leadership was compromised. I will only give you one instance to tell you that the people who were leading the struggle were 100% compromised. Okay. Now, when Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, right, there was protest all over the world by IPOB. Anybody that can debate me on this, I'm ready for the person to debate. There was mass protest worldwide. In South Africa, they were occupying British embassy. I don't know if you remember. Yeah. They were on the table occurrence. In UK, people were resuming work. They would go to work. When they go back from work, they would start on the street protesting. And they were protesting in British embassy and Nigeria embassy. And some people were even protesting in BBC. All over the world. There was pressure. Britain was being embarrassed all over. Suddenly, somebody in IPOB came on Radio Biafra. I will mention it. Sowore.
No, you don't have to mention name.
Okay. Somebody on IPOB came on Radio Biafra, because this is public knowledge. You understand? If what I'm saying, I'm not what do I say, lying against anybody. Okay. I am saying what happened that you can verify. Okay. So Sowore came on Radio Biafra because it's verifiable. This is public. Radio Biafra is public. Okay. And he announced on the Radio Biafra and said that IPOB should take their protest from today to Kenya embassy, no longer British embassy. Okay. Now, I want you to think as a smart man. Now, when he made that broadcast, I told my friends what was going to happen. The intention was to discourage people from protesting, because people who are smart, because people who have been able to travel abroad, at least they have wisdom. You understand this? What is the value in leaving British embassy, leaving Nigeria embassy, and taking a protest to Kenya embassy?
Maybe he was thinking that it was the Kenyans that masterminded the kidnap.
Okay, if it was Kenya that masterminded the kidnap, so where was it taken to when he was kidnapped? Who was holding him?
I don't really know. I don't have knowledge about that.
No, don't you know who is holding Nnamdi Kanu?
Even though Britain is involved, and
let's leave Britain. What of Nigeria? Is Nigeria not the one holding him?
Of course, primarily.
So primarily, Nigeria was one holding him. We know, we ordinary member, ordinary Biafran knows that obviously Britain is involved in this thing. We know. Because somebody who is traveling on British passports, you cannot kidnap him and take it to another country without the government speaking, British government speaking. So how can a high-ranking member of IPOB not know? Now, he said no more protests in British embassy because Britain was being embarrassed.
All right. Let me ask you this question.
No, let me conclude on this. The reason why I said this. When he said that, what ended up happening was that people now started losing interest in the protests. Because they look at what is the value in taking the protest to Kenya embassy, when Kenya even denied that they didn't know about this thing. When British, if you take it to BBC, obviously there will be publicity. You take it to British embassy, there will be publicity. Why will you go to Kenya when you have Nigeria and Britain? that discouraged people. It was intentional. So the people got discouraged.
How do you know that it's intentional? How do you know that it was intentional?
The reason why it's intentional, the reason why I believe it's intentional is because I'm an ordinary Biafra. Now, I am not a leader in the movement. I know that in a situation like that, I don't know the extent to which Nnamdi Kanu has gone in this struggle, how he has insulted UK, how he has said UK is the one responsible for the condition where we are. And somebody who is traveling on a British passport, a British citizen, is being kidnapped, taken to Nigeria, and pretend he's not talking about it. An ordinary person like me, who is not an expert, who is not a leader, knows automatically that there is more value. Even you, don't you think there was more value in protesting in British embassy that will attract more international media, and Nigerian embassy that will attract more international media than Kenya embassy? Don't you think so? Is the question. I
think so, but
if you were to be a decision maker.
Do you think protests would have released him then? Do you think the protests would have released him?
No. I was going somewhere. No, I just asked you a question. I just answered the question.